Hi, my name's Juliet and today I'm talking about converting a project with parts from Scrivener 1 to Scrivener 3 and how that works in Compile. The project I'm using is an ebook of a series of novels. That makes it a very long document. I think it's quite typical of the kind of thing that people might have in their back catalogue and need to update. When you open the file into Scrivener 3, it tells you it's going to make a backup file, which it does. Then it converts the file, which can take a while. On the face of it, the text in my project file looks okay, but the first lines of each scene are in black text. I assume this is because these pieces of text were not standard. I formatted them to have no indents and to have the first few words capitalised. My chapters and scenes have been assigned to just 3 section types in total. That should be interesting in Compile, which is where we're going now, without changing anything. Over on the left you can see a new ebook format for this project. The big yellow block of text tells me no layouts have been applied and the Compile is set to mimic my Scrivener 1 file. I still have to go in and assign the section layouts. As I only have limited section types at the moment, but quite a few more specific section layouts, this is basically a guess. Time to compile. If you have a long document, this can take a long time, over 5 minutes. So what do we have? Well, the basic formatting is surprisingly okay. The title styles are differentiated. However, the copyright page doesn't appear because it wasn't in a front matter folder, probably. And the table of contents is just one long column, which isn't the best format. So my conclusion would be that you can use this formatting to get a usable book, especially if your book is less complex, but you will probably have to do a little tweaking. That's all well and good, but it doesn't make this document future-proof. It's in EPUB 2 for a start. I think it would be better to take the plunge and reformat the document. If you have a large document, you'll probably want to set it to corkboard view so that the text doesn't keep loading all the time to do things like this. First, I'm assigning some better section types so that everything is properly labelled and I can tell what's what in Compile. If you need to bulk change section types manually, you can actually select all the documents in the binder and right-click to select the section type, which is really quick. I'm not going to do anything with the text files because the standard Compile layouts should cope with it as is, since they completely reformat it. Now, into Compile again. I'm going to customize some of these section layouts to provide differentiation, and then compile. And as you can see, that works okay. If this were me formatting this project for real, I'd tinker around with it a bit more. But all in all, that didn't take too long. I'm not counting the dummy run and the hours of experimenting, just the time it'll take you, because you now know what to do. Right, my recommendations. And remember that I'm only talking about ebooks here, but I'm sure the basics will be the same for all formats. Unless you have an extremely simple document, I wouldn't bother with the auto-generated format you get when upgrading a project. I think reformatting your section types and converting to EPUB 3 is much more worthwhile. If you have a document similar to mine with multiple novels, create some new section types that are very specific, such as book title, novel title, chapter title. This will make everything much clearer when compiling. There might not be enough suitable title section layouts to format your project how you want it for a large manuscript like this. At the very least, you'll probably have to customize some of them, or you might even need to create new ones. Make sure your front matter and back matter are in folders in the binder and have their specific formatting applied. That would usually be as is for front matter, and for back matter, a separate title style in a book like this, or a chapter title in something less complex. Make sure to give the right section layout to scenes. No matter how you typed them previously, they will probably turn out okay without further intervention. But I would check through if you have things like italic text in your document for thoughts, etc. These may get lost somewhere along the way. If you're writing non-fiction and have a lot of specific display, you may have a tougher time with this one, as you'll have to create a lot more section layouts and think very carefully about how your document looks. And unless you have some kind of super-duper fast processing computer, expect compile to take a while for a longer document. Have you found any specific problems with upgrading a file and compiling it? Let me know in the comments. And if you've subscribed, I'll see you again next time.